Okay, it's 1912. Hold meeting back to order. Approval of the minutes, January 22nd, 2024.
Come back from executive?
Yes.
All right, at 1912, take a motion.
Make a motion.
Come back. Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the minutes, January 22nd, 2024.
Make a motion.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. That's our regular business.
Hey, Tom, 1 second.
Good one.
If we go back to the minutes from the 8th, you have a resolution for the newspaper radio. It's listed as 2023-109-003. So it should be 24, not 23. And also in the body, it also says that'll be the newspaper or the television or radio for 23, which should be the year of 24. So we just need to correct those dates.
And then I also sent you the minutes from what was it, the 30th?
The special meeting.
You sent us the 8th.
You sent us the 8th, not the.
That's what you sent us. That's why I was wondering if we voted on those or not. I
Yeah, we
saw
didn't
in the
get the
email.
I didn't get an email for the 30th.
Okay.
That was the 8th.
That's why I was
Got sent again.
questioning that.
All right, we'll hold on to the 30th.
Okay.
Okay. Code Committee, Chief McGraw.
We had a code committee on the 7th. Discussed at the code committee was pending laws on short-term lease and cannabis. The other thing discussed was Mountain Conservation District local law. And at this point, I'd like to make a motion to set the public hearing for local law number 2, 2024 for February 26, 2024, the Common Council meeting. And that local law is pertaining to Mountain Conservation District and the Waterfront Mixed Use District.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Siegel. Discussion?
Add to that motion, please also referring the updated law to the city planning board for review and comment.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Mr. Siegel. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And our next code meeting will be March 6th at 6:30 here in the council chambers.
Okay, Police Committee, Mr. McGraw.
We've not had a meeting since our last council meeting. Activity, there was a physical agility test Saturday morning. I would like to thank the police officers there and the police officers who volunteered their time to come down for the guys that were taking the physical agility part of the testing. And other than that, the next police committee meeting will be Thursday, February 22nd at 6 p.m.
Okay. Planning and zoning, Mr. O'Connell.
Zoning was on the 6th, it was canceled. The next meeting is on March 5th at 7 p.m. And then the next planning meeting is on the 20th February at 7 p.m.
Okay. Finance, Councilman Lord Hockenberry.
So since Misty can't be here tonight, I am taking her place. So bills being paid are out of the general fund, $148,429.11. Out of the water fund, $13,212.65. Out of the sewer fund, $1,911 even. Out of the capital fund, $174.42. Out of the trust and agency fund, $239,403.38 for a total of $403,130.56. And I will make a motion that we pay these bills.
Second.
Who seconded it?
Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
So also under finance, I would like to make a motion that we approve the determination of
base proportions for the 2024 as submitted by the assessor's office.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries.
See if anyone's opposed.
Anybody opposed? All right, motion carries. Anything else, sir?
I have nothing unless you want me to do DPW while I'm sitting here.
We'll swing back around.
Okay.
Tourism.
Thank you, Mayor. The Tourism Board has not met since their last meeting. Their next meeting is scheduled for tomorrow, February 13th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers, and we'll see pending weather. The 6th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade will be held on Sunday, March 3rd at 3 p.m. Tourism Board would like to congratulate the 2024 Grand Marshal, Kevin Keene. Kevin Keene was born and raised in Port Jervis. He graduated from the Port Jervis High School and attended college at the University of Arizona. If anyone has any further questions, you may email Tourism Chair, Laura Meyer at laurapj@yahoo.com. The IDA has not met since their last meeting. They are scheduled to meet on Tuesday, February 20th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. And that's all that I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. IDA?
IDA's set to meet on February 20th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
okay.
Fire and Emergency Management, Mr. Rhodes?
I got some correspondence from the secretary. Never Sink Engine Company to host a spaghetti dinner takeout on March 9th, 2024, and also November 9th, 2024. I make that a motion.
We have a second.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next event is Mahogany Hook and Ladder roast beef dinner takeout on 3/23/24. I make that a motion.
Second.
We have a motion with second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Events for Tri-State Hose 6, a month-long 50-50 raffle beginning on April, and the drawing will be in May's meeting. Their annual golf outing at High Point Country Club on 6/14/24, and also a booth at Fall Foliage in September. I'll make that a motion.
Second. Second by Mr. Siegel. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Excelsior Engine Company number 5 events. Pizza takeout on 3/29/24. Old Timers Night on 5/18/24. Pizza and funnel cake at the Soapbox Derby on 6/9/24. Pizza and funnel cake Fall Foliage 9/22/24. And host a Christmas party on 12/14/24 or 12/21. Probably depends on weather. I make that a motion.
We have a second by Mr. Vicarello. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
A junior membership for Justin J. Cruz for Mahogany Hook and Ladder. I make that a motion.
Motion on membership from Mr.
Second.
Cruz. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
An appointment of probationary driver for Brianna Moore for Never Sink Engine Company. I make that a motion.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And the last thing is a bylaw change for Never Sink Engine Company. It was basically for custodian for the firehouse. They had a bylaw that they changed to get rid of some of the verbiage. So I make that a motion that we accept that.
Okay.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Hockenberry. Any discussion on the bylaw change? All's in favor?
Aye.
All's opposed? Motion carries.
And the next Next meeting, or the meeting for the fire emergency management will be February 22nd at 6:30, following police.
Okay. Housing and Veterans, Mr. Siegel.
Thank you,
6:30
Mayor.
or thereabouts.
Housing Authority last meeting was on January 24th. The next meeting is scheduled for February 27th at 7 p.m. at Hillside Terrace. Tax season reminder for the veterans. If you're preparing to file taxes, the VA has some helpful reminders for veterans and their beneficiaries. Number one, VA benefits are tax-free. 2, there are no federal income tax on VA insurance proceeds. 3, veterans with a service connected disability rating may benefit from local property tax exemptions. And 4, you may qualify for free assistance with filing for MIL tax, MIL tax, or IRS free file. The next senior meetings are February 14th and 28th at 1 o'clock at Fellowship Hall in West End. And previous to last meeting, I was telling people it was at 1:30. It is at 1 o'clock. They have 75 members at this point, where they had 45 members a year ago. So they are reaching out for others to sign up. It's becoming a pretty popular, active group. So if you're interested in signing up, you can go to the next meeting on the 14th or the 28th, see what's going on, and maybe become a member. Access 23 is still not on the air. We're having difficulty in getting Spectrum to rewire the equipment in the rack and even determine what equipment is necessary. We apologize for any inconvenience, but we're going through the contract and we're going through the state requirements to see if in fact they're obligated to wire it. Otherwise we will have to go to Plan B, but we're hoping to do that soon. And this week's inspirational quote, it's our attitude at the beginning of a difficult task, which, more important than anything else, will affect a successful outcome. And that's from William James, whoever he may be. I probably should look up these people. I just like the inspiration part, not who said it. So, once again, it is our attitude at the beginning of any difficult task, which, more than anything else, will affect its successful outcome. Has a ring to it.
It sounds good, Stan. I agree.
Right, so that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. CDA, Ms. Dennison.
Yes, I have two things. First is the resolution. Whereas the City of Port Jervis seeks grant funding that supports public projects, and whereas the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation offered a no-cost technical assistance grant to eligible municipalities, such as the City of Port Jervis, to develop a drinking water source program referred to as DWSP2, with submittal no later than November 14th, 2023. And further resolved that the mayor or the Port Jervis Community Development Agency, as his designee or other designee as identified by the mayor, is authorized to execute any and all documents in connection with the foregoing. The other I have is...
Deal with that, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Motion?
Deal with that first, right?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries.
Thank you. And the other, the Port Jervis CDA met last on January 24th, 2024. The agency proceeded through reorganization with oaths administered by the PJ CDA Attorney Witherow, officers elected, and banking signatories approved. End-of-year financial documents and reports are in process. A new 2-year contract was approved for PJ CDA Attorney Witherow. Section 8 has 387 families on the wait list, with 4 seeking housing. A letter of support and in-kind contribution was approved for the Mid-Hudson Small Business Development Corporation, which has maintained space within the CDA since 2017. Executive Director Majinski invited members and the public to attend the February 14th, 2024 New York State DOT's public hearing at the at-grade railroad crossing to be held in the City Council chambers beginning at 11 a.m. The DRI Strategic Investment Plan is with New York State and is undergoing project review. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
We can remind people who are broadcasting that the February 14th hearing has been adjourned to that date.
Yeah, that's in my notes.
Okay. Just seeing if it was just.
DPW, Mr. Oppenberg.
Thank you, Mayor. The DPW met on February 8th. We discussed some staffing issues they were having, including working with our civil service and with human resources. They will be posting upcoming jobs, including the position for electrical, the mechanics position, which is also open. They have been for some time. Hopefully we can get those filled by mid-April. We also ordered a new sweeper for the city to replace the current sweeper, which is 10 years old, which has reached its life expectancy. The delivery time for that's going to be around 12 months. Garbage schedule for next week, February 19th. Monday is a holiday, so there will be no garbage pickup on Monday. Therefore, the first ward will be picked up on Tuesday, the second ward will be picked up on Wednesday, third ward on Thursday, and fourth ward on Friday. Cardboard will also be picked up on Friday in the third ward. The next meeting is scheduled for March the 4th at 6:30 p.m. And we will also ask that if you have a fire hydrant in front of or near your house, please, with the upcoming storm, clean out the fire hydrant so the firefighters are able to locate it and access it to put out any fire at your residence in the event of an emergency. And that is all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, under Mayor's comments, just wanted to remind everybody that the Wednesday, February 14th, at-grade railroad crossing that was scheduled to be in the City Council chambers at 11 a.m. has been postponed until further notice. Overnight parking ban begins tonight, or technically Tuesday morning at 1 a.m. It was placed back due to the incoming winter weather storm tonight. Going to be appointing Tom Vicarello back to his planning board seat, set to expire 1/31/2027. Does not require a vote. Donald Shields as well. We're going to be extending his planning board seat, and he will expire also on 1/31/2027. I'd like to set a public hearing. We received a hardship application for a Greenport Smoke Shop at 180 Pike Street. And I'd like to motion for a public hearing on February 26, 2024.
What time?
6:31 in the City Council chambers.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Siegel. Any discussion? All is in favor?
Aye.
All is opposed? Motion carries.
I'll send the clerk notice on that, the public hearing notice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will. I'd also like a motion for $3,800 to come out of the contingency fund. This is going to be for an advertisement for the city in the Site Selector magazine for the annex properties.
I'll make that motion.
We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All is in favor?
Aye.
All is opposed? Motion carries. And lastly, we're going to go to a roll call vote for this, but I'm going to appoint Gerald Oney to the 3rd Ward Alderman seat.
Needs to be by motion.
Can I have a motion?
I will make the motion. Second that.
Okay, second by Councilman Rhodes. Roll call vote. Councilman Vicarello?
Aye.
Councilman O'Connell?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mann?
Yes.
Councilman at-large Hockenberry?
Yes.
Councilman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dennison?
Yes.
Councilman Siegel?
No, and I'd like to expand on that if I could.
Okay. So the motion passes 6-1. Discussion.
So, with no disrespect to anyone, Jackie Smith ran for council in the 3rd Ward. She continues to go to committee meetings and council meetings, not this one, but most council meetings. And it appears that Mr. Decker was not campaigning and apparently not interested in that position or that seat. Ms. Smith, on the other hand, Ms. Smith did all those things, and Mr. Rooney did none of those things. He could run for a seat in November against whoever's sitting in that seat if he's not sitting in it, which I think would be the more fair option that we have. It takes me back to a previous meeting when one of my quotes was, "Let us not seek the Republican answer, let us not seek the Democratic answer, but let us seek the right answer." And I think the right answer is the one that's in the game should sit in that seat. She came in 3rd, but in essence came in 2nd because there was nobody running really in the 2nd seat. Just happened to get elected because he was on the ballot because he couldn't be taken off. So that's my reason for voting no. I think we should do the right thing for the people, not for the party. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I would also like to comment there. On that same token, if the people in the 3rd Ward wanted Mrs. Dennison to have that seat, they would have elected.
No, it was Ms. Denton.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
I want Mrs.
If Mrs. Smith, if they wanted Mrs. Smith to have that seat, they would have voted for Mrs. Smith. They knew that was a vacant seat in the 3rd Ward, and they knew what they were doing when they voted for a Republican who was not in that seat. They are getting what they wanted, and I feel that if they wanted Mrs. Smith to have that seat, they would have voted for her when they had the opportunity. That is why I am voting for Mr. Oney to occupy that seat, which we will have to win at re-election in November. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, motion for adjournment.
Hold on, I have one question. Is Mr. Oney gonna stay the chair of the IDA?
No, we'll vacate that spot. And we'll fill those next meeting.
And just so clear, I think you said it's the appointments through December 31, 2024.
Yes. Motion for adjournment.
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
You can learn something every day. What was the most important?
That everything that I raised in executive, I don't bring up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, yeah.